Okay, boys and girls, this is going to be the conference number 7, right? So, as we always do, we're gonna wait 3 or 5 minutes, so we can have some students to join into our session, right? So let's give them some time. Once we have 5 minutes, we're gonna get started, right? Thank you so much for your patience. Okay, boys and girls, so let's get started, okay? Those were 4 minutes that I gave you for you to join to my session, all right? So let's get started, okay? So in order for you to do that, I'm going to share my screen. Okay? It's going to be the first part, okay? There you go. You can just submit. Okay, boys and girls. So in this session for today, and let me try to show you a little bit about the things that we're gonna cover again. Okay, there you go. There you go. So this is going to be like that. Okay, I'm gonna open this one. So boys and girls, this is going to be our conference number 7. Okay, welcome back to this session. Do not forget that in case if you need to talk to me or if you need to send me an email, or if you have questions, you need clarification, or you need to um, you need support in this course, so you can contact me. Always, this is my email. Okay, boys and girls. Also, we have our Teams group where you can send me direct message. I most of the time answer to these messages very quickly, right? So you can contact me right there, and I try to reply as soon as possible. Do not forget that also you will have the opportunity or the chance for you to join to our forums, or you can send a message also on our Arroba Medellin platform. In these two places, you can also reach me out, okay, in case if you need support, clarifications, if you want just to say hello. And that's it, okay? This is going to be the conference number 7. Before we get started, I'm going to show you a little bit about the platform, okay? The things that we are going to complete during this new task that we open. Just a moment. Okay, I'm just going to try to make it bigger right now. There you go. So this is going to be like the example that is going to be pretty useful for all of you to know. Boys and girls, we are here. Task 6, okay? There you go. In this task 6, we are going to talk a little bit about moving around the city. You're going to have the opportunity to explore and to learn about, number one, different places and transportations around the city. How much money do you pay when you are using public services? Also, you're going to learn a little bit about the quality of transportation, right? Places that you can visit around our beautiful city. We're gonna try to practice a little bit of the preposition of place, also how to give directions, and to use the most appropriate expressions for you to get to know that, okay? And finally, but not less important, we are going to understand and use the cardinal points around the city. All right? Important dates, boys and girls, and do not forget, we are going to have our conference that is today. Okay, today we have the conference, but all the activities and all the content will be available until November the 16th. So this is going to be the last day for you to complete all the activities proposed here on Arroba Medellin. Boys and girls, very important, we have now opened the writing task. This writing task represents the 20% of the scores that you need in order for you to continue with the upcoming activity that's going to be the speaking task, the last one. My suggestion, and as I always do, try to complete the activities in advance. In that way, you don't have to wait until the last moment to complete the activities that are missing. So this is going to be the last day, boys and girls, to complete those activities. Please complete with them in the given time. Remember, if something's not clear for you, if you need extra explanation about what you need to do in this activity, no worries, you can always contact me. Okay, I am always available for you 24/7. And that's it. Right. So let me try to show you, and we're going to explore together, all right, the things that we are proposing for this content. All right, so first we got the contextualization elements. This video is going to give you ideas about what are you going to find out in this new tab, right? Remember, we're following the task-based learning process. So there is a pre-task, okay, that is going to be for you to get familiarized with the activities. This is going to be the model, all right, of the writing task that you need to complete. So my suggestion for you, it is going to be for you to explore it, okay, and to check and read about it. Try to get familiarized with the vocabulary, the expressions, all the things that are necessary for you um, to get to know to this new task that is moving around the sea. Boys and girls, got previous knowledge activity. In this previous knowledge activity, we're going to have this one, okay? All the activities that I suggest you to complete and to do, they are, you can identify them easily following this icon that I included right here, okay? So every time you see an icon here, it's because the teacher, it's giving you directions. Hey, this is a suggested activity that I have to complete in order for me to get um, all the necessary information to complete the final task that is going to be the writing task. Let's continue, okay? In this part, you're gonna find out materials, okay? It's going to be the materials banks that you're gonna complete in this course, okay? I gave you like the suggestion for activity 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? There are some characteristics, okay? This one is going to be, just give me a second, I'm gonna change the role so you can see it as a student, no size of teacher. There you go. Perfect. So, boys and girls, again, okay, you're gonna find out here the book, okay? In this book, you're gonna find out important information and content for you to study. Also, after practicing and study, you're gonna find out here some characteristics on a practice activity. In order for you to check what you have learned, okay, there you go. It's going to be how can I get, okay? Open this resource that is H5P, okay? And it's a very interactive game for you to listen, okay? And to think about um, these different places that you can move, okay? How do you move from one place to another? It's gonna be a pretty cool one, okay? For you to get familiarized with that. Just a moment, okay? There you go. There you go. So I'm gonna go back, okay? We got a moving a forum, okay? In this forum, boys and girls, you are going to ask any questions that you have connected to these tasks, right? I'm gonna try to answer in less than 24 minutes, 24 hours. Finally, right? We got here the preparation for the task. In this main task, you're gonna get familiarized. You're gonna get all the essential information for you to be prepared and for you to successfully complete the activities in this platform, right? Now, boys and girls, this is going to be the evaluative criteria, okay? In order for you to get familiarized with the evaluation, what are the criteria that me, the professor, has in order for you to know exactly um, how to proceed, okay? And this week, you're gonna find out what is the objective, what are the suggestive activities, what are what is the waste, okay? And the marks that you will get for each task, okay? In terms of communication and content, compose and organization, vocabulary, the structure, the mechanics. And I want to invite you for you to explore this resource, all right? So what do you have to do? It's very simple. What you need to do is to click here, writing task 20%, okay? And once you do that, you're gonna find add a submission. When you click add a submission, you're gonna find out the information. What do you need to do in order for you to complete this writing task that represents the 20%? Boys and girls, important. Do not use translators or artificial intelligence chatbots. This is completely forbidden for all of you. You need to write your own words. And very important, you need to write down here in this box, all right, that we have right here, because this is an online test. You don't have to add a submission in our Word document. No, 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 no. What are you going to do is that you're gonna write directly, okay, to this submission. So once you do that, okay, that you write here, you're going to save the changes, and that would like the submission, the final submission. The score for this writing task is going to be uploaded to SIA Web once the time to complete the task has passed. So in other words, you complete, this is going to be the last day. So on November 17, you will have all the scores, right, for the writing task. Okay, boys and girls, no problem with that. Is it clear? Okay, I hope it's clear, right? So that's basically like what I wanted to share with all of you that is connected to this task 6, all right? So I think I have been very clear with all the things. And do not forget to check the icons, okay? This represents exactly what you need to do. All right, boys and girls? Okay, so without any further ado, let's get started. All right, for this practical session. So this is going to be the welcome class, all right? Let me try to show you a little bit about the objective. What do we want to reach in this activity? So first, in this task, you will learn the different expressions that people use when talking about and requesting information about the different means of transportation that we have in the city. The transportation fares, right, refers to the amount of money. How much do you pay for that? Also, you can express a little bit about the quality. Okay, we're gonna explore some adjectives that are appropriated when you are talking about transportation. Also, the speed, the comfort, places that you can visit, some prepositions of place, all the necessary information for you to be super ready and for you to get like a master degree in the topic that is moving around the city. Boys and girls, so this is going to be the agenda that we have for today. Number one is going to be like the presentation of the topics. I'm gonna give you contextualization. In this contextualization, you are going to find out information what to expect, what do you need to reach at the end of the lesson. Also, places in town. Okay, we are going to cover. We're going to talk a little bit about the different places where you can go around Medellin City. Very important. All right, we're gonna cover descriptions, how to describe a specific place. And for that, we got a very interesting activity that is going to help you for you to learn about this description in a very didactic and methodological way. Also, reading descriptions, okay? In these reading descriptions, you are going to practice with me, okay? We're gonna practice together how to uh, discover, how to identify the different places that we have around the city. And in that way, you're going to read with me together and you're going to say, oh, okay, this is what I have to do. This is like the topic I want to cover. Boys and girls, the city. In this activity, we're going to explore all the places that we have in Medellin City. And obviously, there is a practice. In this practical activity, you are going to reinforce all the things that we covered previously. All right. Finally, in order for you to be a, like ready, for you to be a little bit more prepared, we're gonna explore different cities. Um, you're gonna have the opportunity to reinforce that with a sorting activity. You're gonna organize some ideas. You're gonna organize some of the places that I recommend for you to visit. Okay. Finally, there is a listening task, okay, that it is going to be for you to practice. That's it. And also reading, because we want to integrate everything. We want to integrate reading, writing, speaking, listening, and also the vocabulary that we learned in this session. All right, boys and girls. So let's get started, okay? So number one, okay, let me try to show you this one. Moving around the city. Pay attention.
Task 6. Moving around the city. This task aims at providing information on the means of transportation we can find in a city, and their characteristics such as speed, comfort, availability, and so on. For this, it is important to acquire specific vocabulary and expressions related to places, prepositions of places, and instructions to give directions to move around the city.
Okay, that was pretty easy to understand. Okay, there you go. That's the contextualization. Don't worry, because at the end of the class, I'm gonna share all this material with all of you for you to know exactly, okay, how to proceed. Okay, so let's continue. Now, before we get started, I want to, okay, it would be a pretty good idea to brainstorm some ideas first. Okay, I want to know. I want to know what are you thinking about these pretty nice questions. Okay, so consider them when you're talking about the city. So number one, think about what transportation do you use in Medellin when you want to go to Campus Robledo, Campus Fraternity, right? So what kind of transportation do you use? Think about it, right? I'm gonna give you one example. For example, in my case, I sometimes use the train, right? But if sometimes there are problems with the train, I try to use another alternative like Uber, right? Or like these riding platforms that help us to move around the city. Next, okay, think about this one. Where do you take the metro? This is going to be more like, okay, what is the nearest station that is close to your house? So think about it, okay? Sometimes if you have to take to the cable car, okay, you think about, oh, this is a station that is closest to my house. Or if you are at work, okay, what type of stations um, or the place where do you have to go when you want to return home, right? And what is like the time that you spend commuting from one place to another. Also, boys and girls, when do you take a taxi, right? Sometimes um, we are in a hurry and we need to be to a place punctually. So it is necessary for you to take the taxi. Where do you do that? Okay. How often do you do it? And the reasons why do you take a taxi, right? So think about the prices. How much do you usually pay? Um, think about the quality of the service. It is comfortable. It is a place. It is a good service, right? Then, what do you think about the cable cars? Right? So you're gonna say, hey, I think that they are pretty efficient. Or you could say, no, they make me feel a little bit scared. Boys and girls, right? This is going to be how people in general travel when there is a lot of traffic. Sometimes the cities they faces different challenges when there is a lot of traffic. So what is a possible solution when you need to get to a place in a very punctual way, but you are in a rush? Sometimes there are problems around the city that they don't allow you to get to the place on time, as you always do. So think about it, okay? In general, how do people, right, travel when there is a lot of traffic? What is the most efficient way for you to do that? Also, boys and girls, think about this one. When do you use it? Okay, the cable cars. Sometimes people, sometimes people use it more. Some others users from the cable cars they use these means of transportation um, more frequent than others. Right? Some others, like me, for example, I don't use it that much because it's not necessary for me. It's according to everyone's needs, right? This one, where do you see a lot of traffic in the city? What is a place in the city where there is always, okay, no matter the time, where there is a lot of traffic? Okay, you could say, oh, Pedro, I can see that there is a lot of traffic in Industriales station. That could be one example because it's a reality. Or you could say, no, Pedro, sometimes at 6 a.m. it is impossible for me to get on time to my place because there is a lot of traffic where I live. So just think about this and brainstorm, right? Your ideas. Finally, but no less important, what do you think is the fastest way to travel around Medellin? Right? Sometimes what is will be the most efficient? There are different means of transportation. Which one do you use the most because uh, it is all the things that you need to get quickly to a place, okay? So these ideas are going to help us and are going to give us some directions, okay, about what it would be the most appropriate means of transportation to use. Okay, boys and girls, easy or difficult? Okay, finally, why do some people prefer walking? What is the best thing to do? That's it, okay? Well, boys and girls, in order for you to do that, when moving around the city, we are gonna practice this pretty nice vocabulary. So we're gonna review the language skills. And this is going to be for you to describe different means of transportation. So what I'm gonna do is gonna be pretty simple, pretty simple. Um, I'm going to show you this we're gonna practice with this game. Okay, just give me a second. I'm gonna try to open it again for you to have that opportunity. Okay, I'm gonna show you a second. Okay, so go to take your time. Thank you so much for being patient. Okay, it's going to be the big disclaimer. Okay, through this game that we're gonna practice, I'm gonna share my screen again. There you go. So this is going to help us a little bit about the different words that we need, okay? I think I'm having bad internet connection issues, but okay, I'm gonna just do this, okay, while I am explaining. So, boys and girls, let's do this, okay? 20 different means of transportation that we use in our city, okay? And that you can see them. There you go. So let's get started with number one. Okay? This first is going to be vocabulary about transportation. Okay, so this is going to be the idea. I'm going to read a description of um, a means of transportation, and your job is going to be, hey, think what it would be that. For example, this is going to be the first one. It has two wheels, and children often ride it to school. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is going to be something that rides to has okay, that is a bike. Perfect. If you said bike, you did a very good job. What about this one? You can use this to drive yourself to work. Mm, maybe that is a car. Eh? What about these ones? Stairs that move by themselves. Wait, we're gonna practice with 20 different definitions. There's going to be okay, escalators. Very cool one. What about this one? It is a vehicle that travels on water. Which of these vehicles travels on water? Oh, this is going to be a boat, okay? This one says something like this, okay? It can transport large items such as fridge or a washing machine. But it will be that. Hmm. Maybe that is a van. All right. What about this one? It is a long and a fast kind of transport that travels on tracks. So here the clue, it is the word tracks. But it will be that. I'm gonna give you 1 minute to think about what is the way, how do we call that means of transportation? Okay, so this one is going to be a train. Very cool. What about this one? Hey, this is bigger than a bike, but it's smaller than a motorbike. Okay, so according to this description, I have to find out the most appropriate. And in this case, it's going to be a moped, all right? Pretty cool one. If you have one, you are lucky. Let's continue with this one. It is a small piece of wood with four wheels. Okay, this is considered to be a skateboard. What about this one? It is a kind of transport that flies in the sky with many people on board. What it would be that? Okay, no, that's not a helicopter. We need to try again. What is one that is flies in the sky? Oh yeah, because the helicopter um doesn't have that possibility. Okay, so with a lot of people, there's a plane. Oh, this is pretty cool. Okay, this is a small vehicle with two wheels stamped up on it. Okay, so this one is going to be scooter. What about this one? It is a very expensive long car. Perfect. If you say limo, okay, that's gonna be it. That is my car, okay? I have some pictures of that car. Let's continue with this one. This is a small room that travels up and down. So we have to find out one that travels up and down. What it would be that? I think it's this one, elevator. Sometimes we could say lift, but that is a British word. You say lift, elevator, or lift. They are quite the same. Let's continue with this one. This is a big red vehicle that it is useful for putting out fires. But it will be that. Perfect. That is a fire engine. What about this one, boys and girls? This is really big, okay? And it's used to transport many things. I'm gonna give you one time, 1 minute for you to think about it. Okay, I guess that you have it. Okay, so could be maybe a rocket. No, it's not a rocket. Hmm. What about this one? Do you remember how to say this? Okay, no, definitely it's not a mouth. Okay, so what about this? Yeah, it is a truck. Okay, perfect, boys and girls. You are making progress. You are making progress. So let's continue with this one. This is a vehicle that takes people to the hospital in case if you have an accident or in case if you are sick. This it is a means of transportation that can help you to do it. That is an ambulance. Okay, what about this one? A big long vehicle with two wheels. Remember, it is pretty loud. Okay, so this could be maybe a scooter. No, it's not a scooter because a scooter is smaller. What do you think about it? About this one? A motorbike. That is a correct word. This is a large vehicle for a farmer. What is something the farmers they used to? Okay, there you. It is a tractor. Okay, pay attention because we got two more words. Okay. All right. What about this one? It says this can go into space. So you could think about it. It's not a bicycle. It can go to space. No, right? No possible. And what about this one? It is a rocket. Okay, and two more. All right. Remember the flying machine? Okay, so this flying machine, it's totally different from a plane because it has spinning blades on the top. So this is going a helicopter. And finally, this big, okay, very big. And it takes many people to work or to school. It is a pretty efficient means of transportation. But it will be that. But it will be the most appropriate. Okay, there is a bus. You have done a great job. Okay, that is the end. Um, boys and girls, just give me a moment. Okay, I'm going to share with all of you. Okay, I have my camera off because I want to make sure that the camera is not taking too much bandwidth. Okay, so now to reinforce that, this is what we're gonna do. I'm going to show you a video about the means of transportation. Okay, so for you to practice with me. There you go. Okay, there you go. So I'm gonna share with you right now. Okay, there you go, boys and girls. I'm so sorry about it. Yeah, that's not supposed to be right there. Okay, there you go. So I'm gonna share with you right now. Okay, okay. There you go. All right. So I hope you can see it. Let's try to explore the different transportation with pictures, okay, to get more vocabulary.
bicycle, bicycle, motorcycle, motorcycle, car, car, bus, bus, train, train, subway, subway, taxi, taxi, vehicle, vehicle, tractor, tractor, ambulance, ambulance, police car, police car, lorry, lorry, racing car, racing car, school bus, school bus, beach buggy, beach buggy, scooter, scooter, skateboard, skateboard, snowmobile, snowmobile, golf cart, golf cart, carriage, carriage, tuk-tuk, tuk-tuk, van, van, fire truck, fire truck, garbage truck, garbage truck, trailer, trailer, pickup, pickup, truck, truck, dump truck, dump truck. Tow truck, tow truck. Crane, crane. Loader, loader. Forklift, forklift. Bulldozer, bulldozer. Jet ski, jet ski. Boat, boat. Sailboat, sailboat. Motorboat, motorboat. Raft, raft. Yacht, yacht. Ferry, ferry. Ship, ship. Cargo ship.
Okay, boys, that's it, okay? Perfect. This is going to be available for you on Arroba Medellin. I'm just going to upload it here, okay? Once I have that. So this is going to be,
Cargo ship.
sorry about it, okay? In case if you want to watch, this is going to be video, okay? Resources, I'm gonna complete. It's going to be the video with vocabulary. It's going to be, just a moment. I'm gonna give you game to practice, and I'm gonna upload this to Arroba Medellin. There you go. It's going to be just right there. Perfect. Okay, so let's continue. Boys and girls. We did this one, okay? We practiced with the big describer. Okay, now in this moment we need to move forward. Okay, now that you are experts, now that you know about the different means of transportation, what about if we practice that? So let's do this, okay? In order for you to do that, okay, I got this one, this resource that I have created for all of you. Second, there you go. Okay, boys and girls. Just a moment. It's not taking too much, okay? Sorry, my internet's not working very. It's not. It's not in the good conditions right now. Just a moment, okay? While it is loading, I'm gonna close these websites. Okay, it's taking longer. One moment, guys. Hmm. Okay, there you go. We fix it, okay? So I'm gonna give you for you to be ready, okay? For you to be prepared. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes, okay? For you to pay attention to all the details, all the different means of transportation that we have right here. Think about it and try to say, hey, how do you call these means of transportation? 1 minute, okay? Think about it. Okay, boys and girls, I think it's time, okay? So that was more than enough. So, boys and girls, let's try to match the different means of transportation that we have right here. Let's start with something very easy, okay? The forklift. Where would be a forklift in this picture? Where's that? Where's that located, the forklift? So there you go. This is gonna be the forklift, okay? There you go. We need a bus. We need a scooter. We need an airway tramway. We need a cement mixer. We need to think about the tractor. We need to think about the baby carriage or the pram. What about the ambulance? We need the dump truck. And you might think, teacher, what is a subway? And what about the band? What is the band? Um, what about the drum? And Pedro, the balloon. What can we say about the balloon? Where is it located? The helicopter. Where it will be that located, the helicopter. All right, we did most of the part. We're missing just some others, okay? What about the taxi? The bicycle? The police car? Motorbike? What about the recycling truck? Okay, I think that this is the recycling truck. This is the dump truck. Excellent. Skateboard? The mountain bike? And maybe it is more appropriate to say this is the mountain bike. And this is the, where is it? Oh, I just lost it. Okay, no problem about it. Okay, this is this. Excellent. The crane. Okay, we did a pretty good job. Okay. We're missing one more, the flying engine. Pedro, what about the airplane? Do we have the airplane right here? Okay, this is the one. Okay, this is the one that we have right there. Let me see. Let me check. Okay, very good. Very good. Okay, pues guys, remember, this material is going to be available for you to practice. Okay, because I'm gonna share with you right there at the end of the class. Okay, now that you are experts on this topic that is going to be connected to the different moving around the city, let's continue and cover this information. Okay, now, boys and girls, directions. Okay, how do you get directions about the place? So we're gonna cover the vocabulary, we're gonna review, and we're gonna practice with two maps. How do you move around the city? Okay, so this is my suggestion. Pay attention. Okay, boys and girls. There you go. So this is what we got. Okay, we got right here. Directions around town. So we got vocabulary review, practice, and practice. We're gonna practice together just the map one because I want to give you the opportunity for you to practice with the map too. Okay? So let's do it. Vocabulary. Think about this one. Okay, what direction is this? Okay, so this direction is turn right, okay? Turn right. Okay, maybe you're using Waze or you're using a different plate. You got to say what you got turn right. Let's continue with another one. Let's see. And what about this one? Perfect. That is turn left. Okay, that's the way. Do not forget that. Okay, and what about this one? What is the direction that is moving the car? You go straight, okay? You go straight. Think about this one. When you need to return. Okay, there are two different ways you could express that. You could express, okay, Pedro, this is going to be turn around, or you can say U-turn. Okay, both are possible. It's not a problem. Okay, and what about the four uh, primary directions that we use on a compass? Okay, so we got the north, the south, the west, and the east. Okay, one, two, three, four directions. Okay, four different cardinal points. What about this thing? What about that light that is used to control the movement of the traffic? There's a traffic light, okay? Traffic lights, and they are pretty helpful when moving around the city. What about this place? It's pretty common. It is a place where the street meets or grows in a city. This is going to be okay. There is an intersection. Okay, one, two different places. Pues I guess let's continue. And what about this cycle that we can find around? It is like a road junction because the traffic needs to move around the central island. There's a roundabout. Okay, do not forget, very important. Roundabout. And what about this one? A group of houses or stores, okay, that are surrounded by roads. Here is like a color, okay? I tried to highlight it for you to identify. But it will be that the place is considered, okay, a block, okay, a block, a block. All right. Okay, and what about this one? A marked part of the road with the pedestrians. The pedestrian refers to the people, okay, that are moving around the city. There's a crosswalk, okay, crosswalk. Perfect, we're making progress. Okay, pues so those are like this. Because of that, we're gonna have this review. Okay, think about this one. I'm going to give you 1 minute to think about what would be the most appropriate word for that. Okay, this is correct. Okay, we say go straight. Perfect. And what about this? Perfect, boys and girls. This is okay. U-turn. Okay, excellent. And what about this? Okay, this is going to be turn left. No, turn right. Excellent. Okay. What about this one? Difficult, right? Turn left. And what about this place with the pedestrians? These people, they have the right to use to cross the place. That is crosswalk. Perfect. All right, I'm thinking about this one. This one is not that difficult. Okay, very good. This is a traffic light. You're doing great, boys and girls. And this particular place, okay, this could be like intersection. Perfect. Boys and girls, I can see you're making a lot of progress. And that's cool. That's good to know. Let's continue. Pay attention to the red color, okay, in the picture. This is like the group of houses or stores together. There's a block, okay, perfect. And what about this island that the cars they need to use when they are moving around? So there's going to be a roundabout, okay. What are the four cardinal points? The 4 points. We got this one with the letters. So we can say the north, the south, the west, and the east. Pretty cool, right? Okay. So now we need to move on. We need to practice what we have just covered. So pay attention. It's gonna be pretty simple. This is going to be our friend Sally. Okay? Sally needs to find her way around town. So the idea it is that you are going to think about what it would be the most appropriate way to help Sally to get to the bank. So I'm gonna give you 2 minutes, okay? Try to think about 3 steps. Step one, step two, or step three. Oops, so sorry. In that way we can help Sally to move around the city. Okay? There you go. Okay, guys, I think that you had enough time for you to practice that. So let's think about it. Step number one, this is how we do it. Okay. We could say something to Sally. Hey, Sally, go across Vernon to Main Street. So, boom, she crossed across Vernon Street, okay? In order for her to get to the main street. Number two, we say, hey, Sally, go straight, okay, on Main Street. We are very close. We're very close. We need one more. Go past, all right, that's pretty good. The pet store. This is the pet store. And it is on the left. Oh, there you go. We got to the bank, right? Pretty cool. Boys and girls, in the same way we did it. Now we're going to practice it with some other places around town. This is going to be Sally again, okay? Our friend Sally. She needs to find her way around town. Now, this time she needs to get to the. Alright, this amazing place. Where is that again? Alright, there you go. So, how can we help her to get here? I'm gonna give you time, okay, for you to think and organize your ideas. My suggestion: try to use 5 different steps. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to help our friend Sally to get to this place, to get here. Okay, guys, I think that is time, okay? So let me try to help you and let's help our friend Sally to move to the right place at one time. Okay. How can get Sally to dinner to diner? Okay, how can we help her to get there? So in order for her to get to the diner, we do this one, okay? Number one, go across Vernon to the main street. So there you go. Sally is right here. And what is now? What is something that Sally needs to do? So we're gonna say number two. Okay, there you go. Go straight on Main Street in order for you to get to Pine Street. Okay, this is the street. Okay, perfect. That is step number two. What about a third step? Step number three. Hmm. Think about this one, step 3. You turn right on Pine and go over the bridge. So you need to pass it, okay? Once you get here, you're gonna stop here, okay? Maple Street. We're very close, okay? We need 2 more steps to help our friend Sally. Step 4, turn right. It's very important, okay, to say this one. Turn right on Maple, okay, and go straight past the River Street. Okay, we are very close, we're very close. And we need one more. How can we help her? Perfect. It is on the right across from the fire department. So if I move this one right here, okay, we got just go across the fire department. Okay, boys and girls, was in the way that you were thinking how to help our friend Sally. Okay, so now in this moment, we need to continue practicing. What about if I give you a different place with 8 different steps? Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Um, Sally needs to get to school. This is the place. So, boys and girls, it is a very complicated place. It's really far away from her house, but she can get that in a pretty good way. Think about it, okay? I'm gonna give you enough time for you to think about the answer. How can we help Sally to get to that place? Okay, boys and girls, I think that the time was enough, okay? Considering that we have more steps to do that. So are you ready? Okay, here we go. Step number 1. Step number 1, okay? Our friend Sally's right here, okay? She's at home. And she needs to go across Vernon to the main street. Very good. Number 2, go straight on Main to Pine Street. Okay, there you go. Here's our friend Sally. And what about now? What can we do with her? Step 3, she needs to get, okay, turn right. She needs to turn right on Pine and go over the bridge, which is this one. Once you do that, uh, okay, she good. she go over the bridge onto Maple Street. There you go. Finally, number 4, okay? Turn right, okay? She needs to turn right on Maple and go straight to River Street. Step number 5. Turn right. She needs to turn right on River Street. Very cool. Okay. And then go straight. Okay, to Hill Street. So we are very close. We need 3 more steps, boys and girls. What do you think is next? Perfect. It's going to be step 6. Turn left on Mill and go south to Grove Street. Okay, this is gonna be the Grove step. Perfect. And what about now? What is next? You're right. That's exactly what she needs to do. She needs to turn left on Grove and go straight to School Street. Perfect. And what else? What else? We are very close. Turn right. Okay, she needs to turn right on this school. This is the movement. I will turn right. It is on the right at the end of the street. There you go. So this is a school. Pretty right? Okay. So boys and girls, I'm gonna be a nice person and I'm going to share this resource with all of you in case if you want to practice. There you go. And I'm gonna paste it right here, okay? Directions. Okay, at the end of the class, I sent you that information, that email. Okay, it's very easy. So you can practice with the second map. How do you move around the city? Okay, boys and girls. So now we need to move forward. All right, we need to continue to practicing a little bit about these places next. So what are we gonna do now is that we're gonna practice a little bit of listening. All right. My gosh, just a second. Okay, just a moment. This is going to be the model. What are you going to find out right there? Pay attention, boys and girls. It's pretty simple. Let's talk about cities. The city where I live. Give me a moment, okay? Please pay attention to this video. One moment. I'm sharing the sound. Excellent. So please pay attention. Okay, boys and girls, that's it, okay? Let's do it.
Let me see. I've worked here for 4 years now, but for 1 year I commuted into Brighton by train. But after that I got a room in a shared house in Brighton, and I lived there for a year before I got my own flat here 2 years ago. Lots of people like Brighton because it's on the coast, but I grew up by the sea, so that's nothing special for me. There's always plenty going on though. Festivals, shows, sports events. I like that. My friends say the nightlife is good too, but I don't go out to bars much, so I wouldn't know. My things are always getting stolen. 2 bikes, a bag, 2 phones. And recently I read about someone who was attacked just after getting off the bus stop outside my flat. It's a shame because most people are really friendly and care about the city. It used to be a really dirty place, but volunteers do a great job cleaning it up. Well, I used to cycle everywhere, but since my last bike was taken 18 months ago, I've used a skateboard instead. I can carry it into shops with me or into the office. If I need to, I can take it on the bus. I don't drive. None of my friends do, because it's so hard to find places to park a car. Well, there are lots of great restaurants in the city, but I think my favourite place to eat out is a little cafe. It is on the edge of town, 3 or 4 miles from the city centre. It's on the beach, on the other side of the harbour. I go there in the mornings before work for a coffee and a bacon roll. It's a great start to the day before I go to the office.
Okay, my dear students, that's pretty cool, right? Now, that is putting into account everything that we have just learned. So let's practice. Let's practice identifying different places around town and popular destinations. So this is going to be my suggestion. Together, all of us, we are going to practice these directions. There you go. Okay. So now that we practice that listening, okay, there are 6 questions. What I'm gonna do now in this moment is that we're going to explore the different questions and then rewatch them again. Okay, so the first question is, how long has Tom lived in Britain? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Question number 2, how long has he lived in his flat? Question number 3, what does he like about the city? The sea, the events, or the nightlife? What does he like about the city? The crime, the poor transport. Oh, how dirty it is. What is that thing that he doesn't like at all about the city? Think about it. Now, next question. How long does he get around the city now? And the last question, which is his favorite place to eat out? And think about it. What is your favorite place to eat out? So let's watch it again, okay? Now that you are familiar with the questions.
Let me see. I've worked here for 4 years now, but for 1 year I commuted into Brighton by train. But after that, I got a room in a shared house in Brighton, and I lived there for a year before I got my own flat here 2 years ago. Lots of people like Brighton because it's on the coast, but I grew up by the sea, so that's nothing special for me. There's always plenty going on though, festivals, shows, sports events. I like that. My friends say the nightlife is good too, but I don't go out to bars much, so I wouldn't know. My things are always getting stolen. 2 bikes, a bag, 2 phones. And recently I read about someone who was attacked just after getting off the bus stop outside my flat. It's a shame because most people are really friendly and care about the city. It used to be a really dirty place, but volunteers do a great job cleaning it up. Well, I used to cycle everywhere, but since my last bike was taken 18 months ago, I've used a skateboard instead. I can carry it into shops with me or into the office. If I need to, I can take it on the bus. I don't drive. None of my friends do, because it's so hard to find places to park a car. Well, there are lots of great restaurants in the city, but I think my favourite place to eat out is a little cafe. It is on the edge of town, 3 or 4 miles from the city centre. It's on the beach, on the other side of the harbour. I go there in the mornings before work for a coffee and a bacon roll. It's a great start to the day before I go to the office.
Okay, guys, so that's it, okay? So now it's time to practice, right? Let's go back, okay? Let's try to check the questions. 1 second, please, space, please, space. Okay, number one. So, do you remember how long has Tom lived in Britain? A year, 2 years, or 3 years? It's going to be 3 years. Okay. What about this one? Question number two. How long has he lived in his flat? Think about it. For a year, or 2 years, or 3 years? If you say the answer is 2 years, maybe that is going to be the possibility. We're going to check it out at the end. Question number three. What does he like about the city? What is something special that is different from his city? The sea, the events, or the nightlife? What about the events? Mm, Let's continue. Question number four. What does he like about the city? Something that he don't like, dislike about the city. The crime, the poor transport, or how dirty it is. Okay, what about this one? The crime. Let's continue. Question number five. How does he get around the city now? Bike and skateboard, bus and skateboard, or a skateboard and a car? If your answer was a bus and a skateboard, maybe that's going to be the answer. What about number six? Which is his favorite place to eat out? A restaurant in the city center, a cafe near his office, a cafe by the sea. What do you think about it? So if your answer was a cafe by the sea, maybe that is the correct answer. So boys and girls, let's check out now. Okay, how many good ones? You see, we got 100% of the scores, which is perfect. It's not that bad, okay? We did a pretty good job. Okay, boys and girls, following our agenda, okay? According to our agenda. A moment, okay? Perfect. This is going to be the last part, okay? In this last part, we're going to talk a little bit about our metro system. I was trying to find this. Okay. This is going to be like this. Give me a second. There you go. This one is going to be very easy. It's not that difficult. Pay attention. I'm sorry about that, boys and girls. I'm having terrible internet connections, but I'm trying to fix that problem. Okay, hold on for a moment. Just a second, okay? I'm working very hard for you. Un momento, okay? I apologize for the inconvenience. Please, one more minute, okay? I'm trying to fix the problem. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry about it, okay? No problem. I'm gonna copy this link, okay, and I'm gonna just keep it right here, okay, in order to share this information with all of you, okay? Okay, this is a valuable resource. I wanted to practice with all of you, but it seems like the internet connection is not working properly, right? So, boys and girls, before we continue, right? There you go. This is going to be the last thing that we're gonna cover, all right? It's going to be a very easy reading that we're gonna practice together to remember important information, okay? So this is what we can do. Yeah. Sorry about the inconvenience. Don't worry. I'm gonna send you the information for you to practice. So this is going to be a short story that is about Peter, about me. So I want to read it with all of you. Okay, so let's do this, okay? This is going to be Peter is a teacher, okay? He's a teacher who lives in a nice neighborhood in Medellin. His neighborhood is called Laureles, okay? That's my neighborhood. It is a great place to live. There are many parks, shops, and restaurants nearby. People like to go, people likes to go for a walk, okay? And every morning in a big park that is called Primer Parque de Laureles. Okay, there is full of trees and a playground for children. After his walk, Peter often visits a small cafe which is near the park. He enjoys having a cup of coffee and reading the newspaper there. Sometimes Peter needs to buy groceries, so he goes to the local supermarket, which is just a few blocks away from his house. Peter's school is also close to his home, so he can walk there in just 10 minutes. And next to the school, there is a small library where Peter likes to borrow books. On the weekends, he sometimes goes to the movie theater in the neighborhood to watch a film. Peter feels super happy in Laureles because it has everything he needs. So, boys and girls, based on this reading, let's practice together. Do you remember where does Peter live? Okay, so Peter lives in the Laureles neighborhood in Medellin. What is the name of the park where Peter likes to walk? That's a very interesting question. It is called el Parque de Laureles. That's the place, okay? Question. What about the question number 3? What does Peter do at the cafe near the park? Peter has a cup of coffee and reads the newspaper. Okay, very good, very good. What about question number 4? How far it is the supermarket from Peter's house? No, it's pretty far away. The supermarket is just a few blocks away. Question number 5. How long does it take Peter to walk his school? 10 minutes to walk to school. Where does Peter like to borrow books? Okay, Peter likes to borrow books from the library, which is next to school library. Finally, what does Peter do on weekends sometimes? Peter. Sometimes he goes to a movie theater to watch a movie in the weekends. Pretty cool, right? Okay. Boys and girls, we are almost at the end of this amazing session. I'm sorry about the problem that we had with the internet connection later on. I'm trying to fix it, okay? But I'm gonna share this presentation for you to continue practicing and the resources that we cover in this session. Before we continue, okay, I just want to remind you, okay, that this is very important to complete. You need to complete this week the writing task. Where is it located? You click here, evaluation criteria, to read all the criteria that are necessary for you to be evaluated. And finally, the writing task, okay? This writing task, you need to open it. You need to click add submission. And in this one, you will find all the necessary information for you to complete the task. Also, boys and girls, remember, don't use translator. Don't use artificial intelligence. You are expected to write your own words. The use of this, it is forbidden. So please stick to the rules. If you need to check the rubrics, okay, you can click the rubric right here, which I have attached to all of you, and for you to have time to explore what to write, how to write it, and what is the grading scale, the rating scale that you need. Okay, boys and girls, that's it. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Okay, oops, so sorry. And I hope, okay, and I hope you have practiced these materials and you find it very useful in order for you to continue working, right, and improving, mastering your language skills. If you have any questions, do not forget that you can contact me at any time. Okay, you can send me a message on Microsoft Teams, you can send me a message on the platform at Raw Medellin, or just an email, okay? And just away from a click. So, boys and girls, thank you so much for coming today, and I hope you had a pretty cool and a nice session with me. And that's it. No more. Thank you so much, and be super happy, okay? Which is the most important thing. Bye bye, boys and girls. Take care.